This is Scrapping Amy with Well Mommy Scrapping, and welcome to my Journal Your Christmas 2018 album flip through. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe down below and hit that bell button so you'll be notified anytime that I upload a new video or go live, which I do on a weekly basis here on YouTube. So I had picked this Bella Boulevard album. I love snowflakes. In fact, my 2019 album also has a snowflake cover. I love to do the 6x8 size, and this album, the ring size I wish was slightly bigger. Like, I think it's a 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inch ring size. I don't know, but I would love it to be a 1/2 inch larger. So I'm okay with that though. I'm happy with how the album turned out. I have my cover. I always put JYC for Journal Your Christmas and the year. And this was a year I was using, I bought some new paper, but I was trying to use up some of my older supplies. So I actually have some Christmas Magic by Chamel from way back in 2015 when that collection came out. And that was the first year I actually did Journal Your Christmas. We always start with our Christmas manifesto, the things that we want to get done for the month. And I usually make a checklist, and every time I've ever made a checklist, I never check it off. Like, it just doesn't get done. Something happens. I get sick, husband gets sick, daughter gets sick, and so I decided, you know what, this year I'm just going to write. I said this year for Christmas, I want to relax. No to-do list, no must-haves. Just be present and enjoy the time leading up to the birth of Jesus. And that was my intention. And for the most part, I did it. Some things that I tried to include on every page is some sort of mixed media. So there are splatters on this one, and then this gold Christmas tree brad. I had those from making memories from way back when, and I think for the most part I managed to include at least the gold brad on every page, even if I didn't include mixed media. So day 2, I've got a picture of my daughter helping my husband put up the Christmas lights. And this is the first time my husband actually let her put them on the house with this extendable rod. Normally she just hands things, so that was pretty cool. She was feeling grown up. And this was a little rollback. So the one thing I love about Journal Your Christmas is that it's not what am I doing right now every day in December. It's what are you doing now? What are favorite Christmas memories? And she gives you different prompts to reflect on. And one of those prompts is a favorite Christmas gift. And in fact, the first year I did this album, I had a picture of myself and my 2 sisters, because sister number 4 wasn't even around yet, with our Cabbage Patch dolls way back in 1983, 84, around that time. But this is a Christmas from a couple years ago of my husband and daughter playing with their R2-D2 remote control robot things, and that's my husband's is R2-D2, hers is BB-8. This is a favorite page of mine, and this is one that I'm constantly updating throughout the month of December, and it's all the different Christmas plans, and I cannot remember the name of the site that I get these calendars from, but this isn't as filled up as it normally is, and some of these things ended up not happening, like the downtown Mooresville Christmas celebration, though it was canceled. We didn't get to go because it poured, and so the town actually didn't have it. But I sometimes will put things on the outside of pockets because they're very dimensional, and this was a bow I'd had for a while. I think it came with the Freckled Fawn kit I bought in 2014 maybe, but I was like, nope, using that. This one is all about watching Elf with my daughter. We always watch Elf to start the Christmas season together. And she's actually away right now at her grandmother's house. It's Thanksgiving weekend as I'm filming this. So she is off having fun with her grandmother. And so we'll probably watch it one day after school this week or even next weekend. There's always a prompt about Christmas correspondence. That's what she calls it. Chamel, she is Chamel, but but one of the things my school does is I don't know if it's one of the guidance counselors or one of the religion teachers, but they have their students write messages on Christmas tags to former teachers. And so for like the first week in December, we're always going back and we're getting them, and I like to save them. And so I've covered up their name. You're going to see some post-its of scrap things covering up pictures and names and stuff of children, because I don't want to show that online since I'm a teacher at that school. But this was a nice way to use this 3x4 page because then I got to fill in the pockets, and these fit so nicely there. I did trim some of them down, I will say. This was my daughter's Christmas performance, and she actually sang a little solo. I was so proud of her. But she's here with her best friend, and then this is our music director, and I saved the program as well. Here we have a Holly Jolly Christmas, about our Christmas tree, and this is actually a flip-up page. And if I'm not mistaken, no, this is from the same year. So we actually did get Tucker to sit down and actually look at the camera, which does not happen often, let me tell you. And what I like particularly about this one is this red piece right here that's actually from a gift tag that we got later on in the month. So my goal for 2019 is to kind of keep up with my Christmas album a little bit better. Didn't really do that as well last year, but that's my goal for this year. Oh, here's a page that doesn't have, oh no, these go together. This is the same thing. So I was like, I don't have my little gold thread. There it is. All right, and this is a fun thing. One of my favorite Christmas treats is hot cocoa with whipped cream right in front of the Christmas tree. I love that. And I tried doing something where I was using my embossing folders a lot more last year for this album. So I actually had a plain gold tag that I ran through to give it some texture. Now, I do not like tags. There are 3 big things in scrapbooking I don't like: tags, fussy cutting, and loose glitter. Don't like any of those, but tags at Christmas are okay because I associate it with gifts, so it makes sense to me then. It's random tags, I don't know, it doesn't work for me. And we actually got snow, y'all. Snow. We had snow days in December. I am in North Carolina. We have a grand total of 3 snow days complete ever built into our school year, and sometimes it's only 2 snow days. And we had 2 days for hurricanes in September last year, and then our snow day in December. And we're all going into 2019 going, we cannot miss more school because if we miss more school, we have to make days up. We're like, no, can't do that. So luckily we didn't miss any more school. But to have snow for the 2nd year in a row in December was something rare. And oh, it's funny. I'm going to laugh because I have the same photo printed out to actually put as a 12 by 12 page in our scrapbook. But my husband was like, Tucker can't go outside. His little paws will be cold. So I bought him boots, which if you've ever watched any YouTube videos of dogs wearing shoes, they're hilarious. If you haven't, I highly recommend go search for that after you're here. Excuse me, I got a bit of a cold. But after you're done watching this video, go search that because they're hilarious. And Tucker was so totally that way. There's always a prompt about a merry mentor, and many times I write about my daughter, but this year I wrote about my husband, and this is actually an older picture of us at my husband's company party. And I went and used some Nouveau embellishment mousse on that to give it that pretty pearly shine, and also ran it through the embossing folder. This is a favorite page, and it looks so messy, and that part of it kind of drives me crazy. But this is all different Christmas papers we use, and the reason so many of them look the same and aren't sized for the envelope is because my dad will always write long messages in here, and so that's a tradition that my husband and I now do with each other and my daughter. So I will save some of the tags that have those messages, and that one's not a long one actually. And if I went through all my paper, I could probably find ones like this one's from Elizabeth, and I mean, how sweet is that? And I know that those cute little things with those little hand-drawn presents aren't going to be here for much longer. I actually remember this gift. This was my birthday album. He went and did a photo book of taking me to Disney World last year for my birthday, so I remember that. But then some of these are a bunch of tags. That one, where is it? That piece right there comes from the same set of tags, if I recall correctly. It might not have, but my mother-in-law got these cute tags and put them on all of our gifts. So I have, you know, Elizabeth calls my mother-in-law Maha because she couldn't say grandma when she was little, came out Maha, and she has always called her that. So Maha and Papa. This is to Amy from Santa. So Santa used some of these tags too. To Matthew for Mom and Dad. And the reason why these tags in particular mean so much is that my father-in-law passed away in June. And now Christmas tags aren't going to say from mom and dad necessarily, which is going to be a hard thing for my husband, but we have these tags. So, for my daughter too, it's just going to be from Maha instead of from Maha and Papa. So to have those saved from his last Christmas with us is very special. Let It Snow. And this is an older picture. This was from the snow the prior year. And I had done 2 of them, I think, for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it was from last year. I don't know anymore. But to have snow in December 2 years in a row, I had to document that. And then Deck the Dog. Yeah, Tucker is not really happy with his mama because his mama bought him a Christmas sweater and then made him go see Santa Claus. So yeah. And every year we go to Zootastic in Troutman. If you are in the Charlotte area of North Carolina, Charlotte, Statesville, that kind of area, I highly suggest going to Troutman. It's a drive-through thing. It's, it's not too expensive, but they have millions of lights. And then when you're done, you can go see the animals too. My daughter always gets to feed the tigers. She loves to feed the tigers at the zoo. So got Tucker in his little peppermint bow tie, which looks so nice with his collar. I'm so proud of him. He's a handsome puppy. This picture was actually taken towards the end of the month, but I can't remember what the prompt for the 18th was. No clue. But it's a waffle recipe from a bed and breakfast my dad and stepmom went to on their honeymoon, and they made waffles there. And they actually had gone back repeatedly and took my husband and I there 1 year before Elizabeth was born. And so these are the Baldwin House waffles, which we love. And this paper right here was a strip that was left over from a 6x6 Christmas magic pad, and I just cut it in half, and that's actually on white paper, and it fit perfectly. So seeing Santa. I was not dressed to get my picture taken. I did not realize I was going to be in the photo too. So yeah. Christmas gifts. So my child is at that age where she loves puns. And I got her some shirts from Tea Turtle. Love Tea Turtle. If you have not heard of that company and you like funny shirts, check them out. But I gave her a Squirrel Girl one, and then this one is a pun shirt. It says, my puns are, and then it has a koala bear in a teacup. So my puns are quality. So she had seen that one online and died over it. I'm like, I have got to get it for her. So that one under the tree for her. This is more of a filler page right here because the other stuff that I wanted to include was my daughter with her elf. Now, we have an elf at home. When my daughter was, I think, in 1st grade, her classroom had an elf. And little 1st grade Elizabeth came to me wanting to know why I didn't have an elf in my room. And she was disappointed that my kids didn't have an elf. So since she has been in 1st grade, she has drawn elves on my board and changed their position daily. So, hello Peppermint, and that's the name that she gave her elf. And so she's drawn Peppermint there, and all the different places. Peppermint moved over to my small easel where we do small groups. Peppermint's hanging out by our ways that we know how to solve multiplication problems and drew a Christmas tree. And this one, so like I said, I don't like loose glitter. Every year we do this Christmas project where the kids apply to be elves in a department in the North Pole. It's all about persuasive writing and, trying to use strong vocabulary to get this job. And then we make this cute little craft that we put the resume on, or the letter of intent, letter of interest, whatever you want to call it. And it's an elf, and so we glitter the mittens and the hat and everything. So last year I had this bright idea of there's loose glitter everywhere. I'm the one that does the loose glitter, and it still gets everywhere. Like the kids do the little designs in loose glue, and I sprinkle the glitter on. And so it was the end of the day, and I am glittered out, and I had glitter all over, and I put my hands all over the table, got glitter all over, loose glitter on my fingers, and patted it on my face and went to carpool like that. And I'm like, nope, I've got the glitter pox. So the glitter pox was a thing all year last year. It was hilarious. But she drew Peppermint saying, I've got the glitter box. and then wrote a note the next day, Class 3C, because that's my class name. I had to go take a shower. I will be back tomorrow, so be good. Peppermint. And then she went around and sprinkled glitter on every kid's desk. So the glitter box was everywhere. And my class thought that was so funny. They loved it. We spent all year talking about the glitter box. And this year when we did the loose glitter again, actually just this week right before Thanksgiving, one of the fourth grade teachers was in my room, and I'm like, oh, glitter. And she goes, I heard you like loose glitter. And I'm like, who is spreading lies about me? Because I know, she's got kids of mine in her class. And she told me that it was a couple of my old students, which I figured I knew who they were. So I was like, can I give them the glitter box? Because I still had loose glitter on my table. I was trying to clean it up, and that takes forever. I won't be done cleaning it up till maybe early November next year. So I patted it down, and I went in her room. And of course, some of those kids, they come running up and hugging me, and I go, oh, it's so good to see you. And I pat them on the face. And I did that to a couple of the kids. And I went, I want to know who's spreading lies about me liking loose glitter. And those couple kids started giggling. And I'm like, because I just got you. Mwahaha. And then I ran away. And they saw the glitter on my hands and looked at each other. My goodness, there's glitter right there. See, I don't even know if I can't catch the light. But there's glitter on my hand right there, I promise. See, glitter pox, you never get rid of it. But they thought that was hilarious that their teacher had gotten them with the glitter pox. So I texted one of their parents, because she's a teacher at our school, and I'm like, I may have just accidentally on purpose given your daughter the glitter pox. Sorry, not sorry. And she's like, you're fine. So this is Elizabeth and I playing with different filters on the Facebook Messenger app. This actually wasn't during Christmas time. This was in late November last year, but our school had an auction, and so it was a lot of Christmas themed stuff. My daughter, right before the last day of school, or party day, excuse me, this was party day. I always wear my springy Santa hat, and she wanted to wear it and wanted to wear her Santa dress, so she got to do that. It was a dress down day. Here is Christmas Eve. Excuse me. I found this, I really remembered I had this ribbon, so you see the gold, excuse me, the gold tags come back again. And I have been keeping up with using the those brads. That was one thing I made sure to do. So I've got Elizabeth with her cookie. She got this kit to make a garland, and I don't remember who gave it to her or what, but she painted it all, and now she likes to decorate the table that we leave cookies for Santa on. Here is Christmas morning. Elizabeth being so incredibly tickled that she got a Switch for Christmas. And this is us out to Christmas dinner. And we always take a little selfie. And then I had to document her elf. So this is Buddy that comes to our house every year from Santa. She adopted Buddy when she was, I think, 2, maybe 3, from our church bazaar. And she got to name the elf. And she named the elf Elizabeth, because that was her name, or still is her name. As she got older, I think the next year or the year after, she decided to name him Buddy. Now, this was way before she had ever seen the movie Elf, so to have it be named Buddy was kind of funny, because now she and I both love that movie Elf. And we have a metal chicken in our living room, because it's been a running joke for my husband and I since 2011 that your 15th wedding anniversary is the giant metal chicken anniversary. So this one's not a giant one. It's, I don't know, a foot, 18 inches tall. But her name is Beyonce. So Beyonce lives in our living room, and she will habitually get dressed up for different holidays, usually wearing the, you take your dog to get the dog groomed, and they will come back with a bandana. Tucker hates bandanas, so I use them to decorate Beyonce. But Buddy decided to grab Woody's cowboy hat and take Beyonce for a ride. And I kept a little note. Buddy is lucky he is a well-behaved elf, because he is on top of my cuckoo clock, and I would have been mad had that cuckoo clock broken. But I kept the note from Buddy. These are more pictures from Zootastic. The little Fruit Loop lights that I love so much, and they added this really pretty fountain. And then this is out in front. This is their big building, and they have a light show that's synchronized to music that plays, which I love. This is us up in Virginia. We always go out to breakfast with Aunt Kay, and Aunt Kay has her llama Aaron, and Elizabeth has her llama Jerry. That's Jerry with 2 J's. Because, you know, llama has 2 L's. So I always have to get pictures of them together. I need to still journal in this. But this is us at Sister Game Night, and Jen must be the one taking the picture because we're all just kind of hanging out. But there's Karen again. There's my sister Rachel. And there's me. And then again, I have to journal a little bit here. I'm so bad with journaling. I hate journaling. But it's just a group of the pictures from Christmas this year of just kind of closing out Christmas memories. And I've got, this is Journal Your Christmas. No, this whole thing's Journal Your Christmas. There's Christmas magic again, though. And so is that, and so is that. So it's kind of fun to look back and go, oh, I remember that collection. That's such a fun collection. So this was my Journal Your Christmas album for 2018. I hope you liked it. I will include this in the playlist for the catch-up pages that I did for this. My plan for 2019, which is this album right here. See, also made Echo Park. Carter Bella is Echo Park. So, you know, this is Echo Park. This is Carter Bella. This is Echo Park, but they look very similar. But my plan is to do regular uploads throughout the week that will be very short videos to kind of stay caught up. And you see in there, give you a little sneak peek. And there's the title page is finished. I've already filmed that video, so that will hopefully be up soon. I hope you guys all have a great day. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button so you're notified when I go live and whenever I upload videos here on YouTube. And I hope you guys all have a lovely day. Bye!